Good morning,
Good
Wedgwoodians,
morning.
visitors. We are so glad that you are here this morning on this beautiful, beautiful Sunday morning. We always begin our service with our announcements, so we will go straight to our announcements this morning. Okay, we have some exciting announcements this morning, I think. I'm looking forward to sharing them with you. Next Sunday, Rabbi Rachel Smugler will be speaking again, back by popular demand. She came once before and talked to us about midrash. And we were all just, what's the word to use? Amazed, surprised, fascinated with what she taught us about the term midrash. So she will be back again this coming Sunday with another sermon not sermon, but message on the magic of midrash. Then next Sunday, March the 21st, Cynthia Wallace will be speaking. Cynthia Wallace has a journey, a story to tell. She grew up in Springfield, Georgia, in a home that had no address, became a graduate of Spelman College, and worked her way as a black female into the corporate world. She ran in the last election, 9th Congressional District, against Dan Bishop and got 47% of the vote. So she has a story that I think will inspire all of us as we go into what Christians term the Easter season. Next Sunday, the 28th, is Palm Sunday. I will be speaking, and April the 4th, Easter Sunday, LaWanda McDowell will be speaking. Excited about book club. We are finishing the book, Begin Again. This is our last week on that book. Then on April the 1st, we are going to just spend one session on 2 essays, The Letter from a Birmingham Jail and Letters to a White Liberal, which was written as a response to letters from a Birmingham jail by Thomas Merton, who was a monk, a writer, a theologian, a mystic, a poet, and a social activist. So we are going to read and discuss these 2 pieces of writing together. You do not have to purchase anything. If you want to join us on April the 1st, just email us at the church and I will links to both of these writings so that you can read ahead of time and then you can join us. And this is really, really exciting for our Social Justice Book Club. We have a new member, well, not new, she's been with us for a while, Patrice Gaines. Patrice has written a book called Laughing in the Dark, From Colored Girl to Woman of Color, A Journey from Prison to Power. Patrice was a newspaper reporter for 23 years. For 16 years, she was a reporter with the Washington Post. And she has won numerous awards for her reporting and for her writing. So we will be reading her book, and she will be the leader in the book club talking us through her own writing. So this is something you really may want to participate in. That starts April 15th. Again, look on our Facebook page because we'll have information posted, or email the church and I'll tell you how to get the book. But we are all really excited about this. How often do you have an author present to walk you through their own book? It's a rare and wonderful opportunity. March, April coming up, there's a lot of activities going on related to climate change. And one of our core values is we believe in honoring the independent web of life that shares our environment and ecosystem, and seek to live in harmony with nature to conserve the earth and achieve clean air and water. There is an event on March the 20th that comes to us through the Alliance of Baptists, of which we are I'm getting them confused. This one comes through the Unitarian Universalist Association, but all congregations are invited to participate in this. It is a day of breakout sessions, just lots of different activities. I will post this on our Facebook page and we'll send it out in our newsletter this week, but it is to inspire congregations to climate justice and support congregational climate action. So we hope that some of our members, I signed up, I plan to attend, and we hope that some of you will also plan to attend. Another wonderful activity, this is the one that comes through to us through the Alliance of Baptists on March the 11th, the biggest ever faith-based global day of action. And this is for all faith-based organizations. It doesn't matter what the religion is, but they're wanting as many people as can to participate on March the 11th. There will be Buddhists, there will be Muslim, any group that is faith-based group that is in support of doing something active about climate justice. One of the things we are asked to do, which I'm giving you all a homework assignment this time, is to make a sign and take a picture, a selfie, or get someone to snap a picture of you. It can be a message to President Biden, what you want him to do. It can just be a simple statement of what you support. As you see, this little family has a sign that it just says Faith for Climate, and post it on Facebook. I wish it's during the week on Thursday. Otherwise, it'd be great if we could meet at Wedgwood and do one as a church. But I will post all of this on our Facebook page. And if you will, on March the 11th, just make some kind of small sign, make a selfie or get someone to take a picture and put Faith for Climate. These are the hashtags. And be sure and put the hashtag Wedgwood Charlotte on it, so people know what faith organization you are representing. I think this is a simple and easy thing to do. They're focusing on a green recovery from COVID-19. Sacred people, sacred earth is the theme. You can address on your sign a person, a government agency, a policy, or an action you want to take, such as President Biden's Please Stop Fossil Fuels, Minister of Environment, we need clean water and power, and take a photo. And so we hope that a lot of these will pop up on Facebook. If you take one, let me know or tag me in it, and I will put all of our pictures on our Facebook page that day. And that is March the 11th, and I'll post this on Facebook and we'll put it in our newsletter. So we all have homework this week. We need your help. Travis is here this morning, and Wedgwood has adopted Queen City Assisted Living patients, and we are becoming friends with some of them as people choose to volunteer. Travis, would you like to speak to this?
Yes, good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
So at Queen City, I'm the Life Enrichment Coordinator, and we have an Adopt a Resident program where you would reach out to me and I would send you some guidelines, and then we would talk about you sponsoring a resident for the year and helping them to secure necessities such as clothing and toiletries and shoes, just basic necessities. The program has gone really good so far. Because of HIPAA and the guidelines, it talks about this a little bit, but because of HIPAA, there's not a lot of information that I can share because we are healthcare. We are in the healthcare industry. So that's pretty much it.
These are people that are somewhat lonely. They don't have family here or family that's involved in their lives. So just your friendship with them from a distance is very important to them.
Right, yeah. The residents that are a part of this program have agreed to do it, and they are residents who don't have much financial support and have little to no family support. We actually have quite a few residents who are part of the program. We're a majority Medicaid community, so we have a lot of residents who don't have much disposable income to buy these things.
And we do have a social justice committee, and the justice committee will meet on Tuesday, March the 9th at 6:30. If you are interested in finding more ways that Wedgwood Church can become a force in this community to help our neighbors, please join this committee. We really want ideas and want ways that we can make a difference. Liz, do you want to speak to this?
Yes, thank you, Melba. So this is our second meeting coming up this Tuesday. Feel free to reach out to me or Melba on Facebook or send us an email at our Yahoo email, and we can send you the Zoom link for that. We are really excited. We've got some things happening now this spring, and we're rocking and rolling, so we want everyone in Wedgwood to be part of it.
We are still asking that you complete the form that is in each newsletter and on Facebook to help us update our records of your phone number and address. Even if it stayed the same, please complete the form so we get an updated record of every member. The Constitution Revision Committee is meeting every month. That is one committee that has pretty much closed for new members because we are going through the Constitution very rapidly, and I think we're really doing a great job. I feel good about what's happening, and it would be hard for somebody coming in to catch up. But any other committee, you can join at any time during the year. Youth and Children's Committee will meet March the 7th at 7 o'clock. Liz?
Yes, so that is today. So if anybody would like to join this committee, we're going to be talking about Children's Moment. We're going to be talking about our program for elementary school children as well as middle school and high school youth. We're going to be getting that off of the ground. So if you would like to attend today's meeting, let me know and I can forward you the Zoom link.
These other committees are still planning. We always welcome ideas for church services. We would love to get a technology committee going so we can do some fancy things on our Zoom on Sundays. And we need to form a stewardship committee. So if you're interested in any of these, please reach out to me at Wedgwood Church email. And we do need your regular financial support. We have bills to pay. We have a Zoom bill to pay every month. We have staff that needs to be paid, and we have other bills. So please mail your offerings to the church, give by text, or by Venmo. We appreciate those of you, I know some of you do give regularly, and we are so appreciative of that. But we need continued financial support. And our food pantry. Liz, you want to talk about that?
Yes, our food pantry continues to serve folks every Wednesday, and our numbers have been going up. This past Wednesday was the busiest that we've had since the start of the new year. We had over 100 families come by to get food, which is wonderful that they came. You know, it's obviously unfortunate that people had the need, but we are really grateful to be in a position to serve the community in this way and partner with HB1. So we're always looking for more donations. We're always looking for volunteers. So come on out.
Some of the items that are needed, but I think about anything is accepted. Unless Liz has something particular that needs to be focused on.
So we definitely need rice. We're always in need of peanut butter and jelly, as well as pasta and pasta sauce, because those kind of act as like the two main meals that people get in their bags. But honestly, anything in this list, And if you have a shelf-stable item that isn't on this list as well, so like if you want to donate oil or flour or spices, things that are really hard to come by in food pantries, we take all that as well and try to distribute that into people's bags. So we'll take whatever you want to give.
This is our contact information: Instagram, Facebook, beautiful webpage. This is our email. You can contact us at any time with questions or suggestions, and our phone number anytime. Okay, then we'll get our service started. On this day, March 7th, 1965, in Selma, Alabama, a 600-person civil rights demonstration ended in violence at the Edmund Pettus Bridge when the marchers were attacked and beaten by white state troopers and sheriff's deputies. This day is known as Bloody Sunday. On June 28, 1969, violent confrontations took place between the police and gay residents of Greenwich Village outside a gay bar in New York City known as Stonewall Inn. This event is remembered as the Stonewall Riots. So today, we think about from Selma to Stonewall and beyond. As we focus our service today on Love Can't Wait, let us remember all of those who have fought and died for the right to vote, the right to justice, and the right to be who they are and to love who they love. Many names we know, many names we do not know. I want to begin our service with a quote from James Baldwin, one of two Black gay men in the civil rights movement. Not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it is faced. May we have the strength and the conviction to face the injustices in this country and the courage to confront them.
That was beautiful, Melba, that you found that.
Oh, I thought it was a beautiful song myself.
I loved that. We might have to just post that as a separate video just on our Facebook page so I can go back and listen to it.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
I like that. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Well, and that is, I think, a beautiful segue into our extravagant welcome, which is probably one of my favorite things about Wedgwood, because we are all welcome here.
Yeah.
Welcome to a church that works for peace, justice, equality, and the care of Mother Earth. An extravagant welcome to you because of your gender identification, sexual orientation, ethnicity, economic situation, physical and mental challenges, doubting and believing, or being depressed or full of joy. We are a community of curious and creative spiritual seekers, striving to learn and embody the way of Jesus and other spiritual leaders. Like Jesus, we focus on the plundered and the marginalized as we try to address the major issues of our day. One of the ways we seek to heal the world and ourselves is through sharing parts of our personal story. We are all welcome here.
Together, we are all
welcome here.
Thank you, Liz. And now we'll have our children's moment.
Yeah, so if anyone has any little ones around, little kids, big kids, grown kids, this is a message for all of us today.
Let me see if I can grab one.
Okay. All right, is this everybody?
I couldn't get mine.
That's all right. That's all right. We have big kids and little kids today. So, good morning, everyone. It is so wonderful to see each and every one of you on this bright, sunshiny, almost spring day. And today we are going to talk about LGBTQ people and equality. Can anyone tell me what LGBTQ means? What does that mean?
Lesbian. Let me see. I think it means lesbian, bisexual, queer, trans, and Q. What's the last one? Q.
What's the G stand for?
Gay.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yes, exactly. And then, so what does equality mean? What does that word mean, equality?
Everybody treated the same, everybody having the same opportunities.
Yes. And Wedgwood, just like some other churches in Charlotte, loves everyone equally and believes in equality for all people, including LGBTQ people. When we say an extravagant welcome to you because of your gender identification, sexual orientation, ethnicity, economic situation, physical and mental challenges, doubting or believing, or being depressed or full of joy, we really mean it. And it's very important to say it all the time as a reminder of who we are and what we believe. Because unfortunately, there are some people and some churches that don't want to include LGBTQ people in the life of their church. They don't think that LGBTQ people belong, and they choose to judge them instead of love them. But it's not that way at Wedgwood. I'm LGBTQ, and I know that Wedgwood loves me just like Wedgwood loves you. In this church community, we love and stand up for each other, and we don't judge each other for who we are. Wedgwoodians are allies. Can anyone tell me what an ally is? What's an ally?
A friend.
A friend.
Yes, an ally is a friend and someone who stands up for the rights of other people. Maybe they stand up against bullies. They say, don't do that, that's mean. That's exactly what an ally is. Great job. So what are some ways that we can stand up for all people? What are some ways that we can all be friends?
Be kind to them.
Be kind to them, yeah.
Be friends with people who don't look like me.
Mm.
Care for people no matter who they are, where they come from, what they look like, because they are human.
Yes, because we're all humans. I love that. So as we go about our week, let's all remember how important it is to be allies and friends for everyone and to stand up for the rights of all people all the time. Thanks.
Thank you, Liz. And thank you to all the children for your participation
Yes.
today. That was awesome. We've got some smart children here at Wedgwood, and they're learning.
Goodbye.
Bye.
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 Okay.
All right, now is our time for concerns and celebrations. Do we have any concerns that you want to share with us, or are there some celebrations to celebrate?
I have a celebration.
Yay.
I'm celebrating my birthday this month. It's on the 17th, and it's my mom's birthday on the 10th. Pisces Nation. And Liz's birthday's in March too, so Pisces Nation.
We're
And-
birthday buddies. Mine's the day
Yeah.
after.
Yay.
And
My
so-
birthday's March 10th.
All right, March 10th.
Yes.
And I'm celebrating my friend Abraham here. He's my friend. He's a musician. So he's coming on to, he has a surprise for you guys.
Oh,
Welcome,
okay.
Abraham.
So I'm just celebrating life. I'm excited that I made it another year through this pandemic, and it was really crazy. And I'm just thankful that I'm alive, and I got you guys, and I'm on a positive vibe. So that's a way to celebrate.
And we're thankful for you too.
Thank you guys.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Any others?
I have a celebration. The vaccine rollout is happening, and so far, every single member of my immediate family, including myself, has been able to get the first dose of the vaccine. I have never been more thrilled about having a bruise on my arm in my life. So it feels a little bit like hope, you know.
Anything else? Well, as we
I got
mentioned
my
in
second.
our
I got my second dose Saturday last, and I made it through the following week.
celebration,
Awesome.
celebration. We have both had both of ours too, so celebrate. And we hope that those of you that haven't had it get it very soon.
And my daughter Sarah also got both of her shots.
Yay.
She's
As we mentioned in our opening, or as I mentioned in our opening, Bloody Sunday and the Stonewall riots and beyond, let's remember our nation today and the difficult times that we are going through as the fight and the struggle continues to find equality and justice and opportunity for all people. Let's remember that this morning too. At Wedgwood, we have some folks who believe in prayer and use this as a prayer time. Others meditate. Some people use it as a time for just self-reflection. And some folks just like to sit in peace and relax their shoulders and their arms for a few minutes. So however you want to use this time is up to you. Just a few moments. Amen. And now it is my distinct pleasure to welcome a friend and an activist and a leader in our community, Kendra Johnson, to Wedgwood. Kendra is the Executive Director of Equality North Carolina, the oldest statewide organization in America dedicated to LGBTQ and beyond rights. Kendra has been a lifelong volunteer and activist, including founding the first lesbian bisexual support group at Spelman College in the 90s. Volunteering communication services for Brazil's first historically Black college. And we welcome Kendra to Wedgwood this morning and hope this will be one of many Sundays that she comes to Wedgwood. Why Love Can't Wait, a call to action. Thank you, Kendra. It's all yours.
Thank you so much, Melba, for having me. So I want to reintroduce myself. My name is Kendra Johnson. I use she and her pronouns. And I really have the honor and the privilege of serving as the Executive Director of Equality NC. As you stated, we're the oldest statewide organization working for the civil rights of LGBTQ plus people. And I'm very proud that we recently modified our mission statement to have an explicit statement about racial justice. And so I like to read it. So Equality North Carolina builds LGBTQ power through advocacy, education, and uplifting the stories of queer and trans North Carolinians in pursuit of racial and social justice. Our organization is comprised of a C3 nonprofit, a C4 advocacy, and political arm, and a political action committee. And we really work every day for the lived equality of LGBTQ plus people by doing training and education, working as advocates, providing leadership development, and building electoral power. When we started out 41 years ago, people in the US were still being prosecuted, and right here in this state, under the Crimes Against Nature law. Specifically, we started out, and I'm all really proud of this because many LGBTQ organizations started out really to preserve or create rights for wealthy white individuals, but this was not the case at Equality NC. We started out as a legal defense fund because there was one lawsuit involving two men in a consensual relationship that were facing 10 years in jail. And while it's inconceivable that back in that time, the American Civil Liberties Union, the ACLU, which has fought for so many of our rights, they were unwilling to support this case in North Carolina. So we started really when no one would advocate for us but us. And we started with 4 basic beliefs. And these beliefs are that LGBTQ plus people have the right to equal consideration under the law, that we have the right to protection from harassment by the public, the police, and in the courts, that we have the right to just laws that don't discriminate against us, and that we have the right to legal equality in employment, housing, and in credit. And while it seems like that was decades ago and we've made so many advances, we are really actually just fighting for the same basic rights in this country. In fact, we've been working for 42 years and only recently got one of those goals. And that was in June of 2020 when the Supreme Court made it illegal to discriminate based on sexual orientation and gender identity in the workplace. When I was invited to speak to you, I was given a choice of topics, or I could offer one of my own, and I chose Why We Can't Wait. That was really ties in. I didn't know it would tie in so beautifully to what you're talking about today, but it draws on inspiration from Martin Luther King's ever relevant book, which features his letter from Birmingham jail. When he explains why change is necessary and while waiting will never ever bring us change. He states, freedom is never voluntarily given by the oppressor, it must be demanded by the oppressed. So let's consider for one moment that last year, 44 trans women in this country, mostly Black and brown, were violently assassinated. That's the highest on record that we have seen since it's been tracked effectively. In 2021, 8 women have already been killed this year, including one white trans woman in Jacksonville, North Carolina, just last week. And we had to fight along with other organizations to have her name honored in the newspaper because she was misgendered and dead named. Or consider that after marriage equality and the end of the trans ban on military service under the Obama administration, we saw every single right that had been extended to the trans community stripped away under the Trump administration, with even rights to access to health care being in jeopardy. Or let us consider that the police brutality that launched the modern LGBTQ civil rights movement at Stonewall took the lives of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and Tony McDade, a Black trans man from Florida last year, which led us to the Black Lives Matter uprisings of last year. Or let's consider that we're even still fighting in our states to use the words systemic racism or homophobia in our school curriculums to educate about the persistent marginalization of certain groups. Not to mention the wave of anti-LGBTQ bills that have emerged post-marriage equality, jumping from around 10 or 15 to over 200 annually since 2016. With the latest bills this year, what we've seen explicitly targeting trans youth with bans on gender-affirming care and limitations on participation in athletics. With all of this, I would argue that our elected officials are trying to legislate us out of existence, and we can't wait any longer. To this end, last year, we formed a coalition to raise awareness about the sunset of HB 142. HB 142 was the bill that followed HB 2, which is counted amongst those hundreds of bills that we've seen since marriage equality, explicitly targeting the LGBTQ community, but not only the LGBTQ community. HB 2 would have taken away the right of anyone to pursue justice when they were being discriminated against in this state. But LGBTQ people, particularly trans people, were held up as boogeymen or boogie women to really stoke hate and support for HB 2. And on December 1st, 2020, we finally saw a welcome moment when we could begin to turn the tide. HB 142, that was seen as the compromise bill to repeal HB 2, sunset. One part of it sunset, I should say. The part that allows cities now to extend non-discrimination protections for multiple groups across the state, including the LGBTQ community in cities, towns, and counties. So on December 1st, 2020, cities could begin again to close that gap and create some measures to protect their citizens and residents. One part of the law that does not sunset ever until we have a clean repeal is regulation of restrooms, multi-user changing facilities, and any other facilities where there is some determination of a right to privacy. That can only be regulated by the North Carolina General Assembly. So last year, we joined forces with the Campaign for Southern Equality, Local Progress NC, and the LGBTQ Democrats of North Carolina to prepare for December 1st so that we could educate cities, towns, and citizens and residents about what they could do to create these protections. We built this coalition pulling together the best knowledge that we had, and then we reached out to cities in October of last year to begin educating them on what they could and should do to protect Black and brown folks, immigrants, people who are differently abled, LGBTQ folks, women, people who are pregnant, veterans, people who earn money from the informal sector. All of these categories that are underprotected in state law and on municipal law. We invited those cities into a coalition with us to begin a journey to close the gap and level the playing field so that everyone has true opportunity and is not fired because of who they are or who they love or what they look like or their hairstyle or their economic status or their ability. But they are seen as integral members of the community. And I'm very proud to say that that has begun to work. We started out 2021 with 0 protections on the municipal level. And overnight, almost, we saw 7% of North Carolinians gain those protections. And there's a pipeline of another 8 to 10 cities that are working with their residents, working with us, and working in coalition to bring these much needed protections to every city and town across North Carolina. So what can you do? We were very intentional about building this coalition, reaching out to cities, educating, talking to the business community, and then creating a portal where everyday citizens and residents can make direct connection to the cities, to their own elected officials. That portal, ncisready.org, which, because we are ready, NC is ready for these protections and we need them, is your tool to get all the information about what is possible, to connect with your local elected officials, to advocate as allies about the need for these protections, to tell your stories of hope, to tell your stories of discrimination, and to build a broader movement so that we don't have to wait any longer. And so I invite you, whether you're a member of the LGBTQ community, whether you're Black or brown, whether you are able-bodied or are differently abled, whether you use natural hairstyles or whether you choose to straighten your hair, whether you have been a veteran, whether you're a new immigrant to this town, to join us in building a North Carolina where we can all thrive. We need everyone to tell their stories about why this is needed. If you love someone who looks different from you, if you know what discrimination means and why people need protections, join us in helping to build a movement that will change this state for the better. And so in the words of Dr. King, I will say, when you are forever fighting a degenerating sense of nobodiness, then you understand why we find it difficult to wait. Join us in making change a possibility. Thank you.
Thank you, Kendra.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank y'all for having me. I'm always delighted to talk about equality and how we're all connected. And I so value a space where people are coming together across difference to uplift each other and to better understand what each person's difference means in their lives. So thank you for what you do every day to support the community and to make a huge change.
Well, thank you for being here with us. If we are who we say we are at Wedgwood, followers of Jesus and other spiritual leaders, it is our responsibility, our moral obligation to protect all people and see that all people have equal justice, equal opportunity, and live a happy and just life in this country and around the world. So thank you for giving us information that we very much needed as we move forward in our goals and our ambitions and our core values at Wedgwood. Ashanti, can you introduce our
Yes,
today?
thank you. Thank you again, Ms. Kendra, for your courage, because I know well, I don't know, but I assume to be different, to feel different, to love differently, it takes courage to say, hey, I'm not like everyone, I'm a little different, you know? And so this song, my friend Abraham, I invited him here to sing a song. He's an amazing artist. He's a songwriter. He's a Pisces. So Pisces are very, very loving people and very artistic people too. So I invited him here. He's going to sing a song that I feel represents being able to love who you love and love how you want to love. And I think this song represents that. You want to say something, Abraham?
Thank you guys so much for having me. Pleasure to be here.
You want to talk about the song or the message in the song?
Yes, so the song talks about love. It talks about just going through love. And I just think it's a great song.
It's a beautiful song.
I'm not much of a big talker.
Okay, it's a beautiful song. It's by Ed Sheeran. And again, as we were saying, this represents love and how you feel when you love this person and all the emotions that go along with it. And everyone should be free to love who they love and how they love. So here are everybody, Abraham Staten.
I hope you guys can hear me. When my legs don't work like they used to before, and I can't sweep you off of your feet, will your mouth still remember the taste of my love? Will your eyes still smile from your cheeks? And honey, I will be loving you till we're 70. And honey, your smiles forever in my mind and memory. 'Cause I'm thinking about how people fall in love in mysterious ways. And maybe it's a part of the plan. For me, I fall in love with you every single day. And I just wanna tell you I am. So honey, now take me into your loving arms. Kiss me under the light of the stars. Oh baby, place your hand on my beating heart. Ooh, I'm thinking out loud that maybe we found love right where we are. When my hair's almost gone and my memories fade, and the crowds don't remember my name. If my hands can't play the string the same way, will you still love me the same? Ooh, 'cause there's nothing wrong with me loving you. Baby, no, no, no. Hey, giving yourself to me could never be wrong. Oh, if the love is true. Oh, can I say it one more time? There's nothing wrong with me loving you. Baby, no, no, no. Oh, hey, giving yourself to me could never be wrong. Oh, if the love is true. 'Cause I'm thinking about how people fall in love in mysterious ways. And maybe it's a part of the plan. For me, I keep on making the same mistakes, hoping that you'll understand. So baby, now take me into your loving arms. Kiss me under the light of the stars. Oh baby, place your hand on my beating heart. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Abraham.
Absolutely,
Round of applause,
absolutely.
everybody, for Abraham.
That was so good.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
You got me all teary, Abraham. All teary. Thank
Thank
you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for
Thank you.
having
That
me.
was beautiful. We'll look forward to you singing again for us sometime.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Our closing today. Help us to find new hope when hope is hard to find. When we forget that this struggle is a movement, not just a moment. When we wonder whether we'll ever reach the promised land of a beloved community, and we want to cry out in despair, how long, how long? Grant us the strength and the courage to stand up and speak out against injustice, discrimination, and oppression. Remind us that with the dawning of each new day, that the moral arc of the universe is long, but that it bends towards justice only if we bend it.
Mm-hmm.
Go in peace.